Hey everyone, hello. As always, I hope this video finds you in good health and in good spirits. Today's video was a suggested video from a friend and subscriber, so shout out to you, Sean. You are much appreciated. Thank you for the idea. So, with that, let's get into it. There is a saying that love and hate are separated by only a thin line. Spiritually, this idea is not just poetic, it is deeply psychological, emotional, and sacred. Love and hate are not opposites in the way that we think. Indifference is the true opposite of love. Hate, instead, is love that has been wounded. So today we explore why intense love can so easily turn into resentment, anger, or even hatred, and what this transformation is trying to teach us. Love and hate are both high-intensity emotions. They arise from deep attachment, emotional investment, and vulnerability. Neurologically, they activate similar regions of the brain, particularly the insula, which governs emotional intensity and bodily awareness. Spiritually, this tells us something important. When we care deeply, we open ourselves fully. And where there is openness, there is risk. Deep love exposes our most fragile places, our childhood wounds, fears of abandonment, insecurities, and longing to be seen and chosen. When love meets safety, it heals. But when love meets betrayal, neglect, or crossed boundaries, the same intensity that once bonded us can combust into anger or even hatred. This emotional flip is not a failure of love, it's a signal. Love acts as a mirror. It reveals parts of ourselves we didn't know were still bleeding. Unhealed wounds often surface in intimate relationships because love lowers our defenses. And when those wounds are triggered and we lack the emotional or spiritual tools to process them, the pain seeks an outlet. That outlet often becomes blame, resentment, or hostility towards the one that we love. Spiritually speaking, this is shadow work in motion. What we call hate is sometimes the outward expression of an inner war between who we want to be and what we feel, between longing and fear, between love and self-protection. We project ideals, expectations, and unconscious fantasies onto the people that we love. We see not who they are, but who we need them to be. And when they inevitably fall short, it can feel like betrayal. But often, what we're grieving is not that person, it's the illusion. Hatred can arise as grief for a lost ideal, a dream that never truly existed outside of our own mind. Spiritually, this is an invitation to awaken, to release illusions, to see clearly, and to love truth rather than fantasy. Love without boundaries is not sacred, it is self-erasure. When we sacrifice our needs, silence our truth, or tolerate harm in the name of love, resentment grows quietly. Over time, anger accumulates and the psyche seeks balance. In this sense, hatred can emerge as a defense mechanism, the soul's attempt to reclaim its dignity, identity, and power. True love does not require suffering to prove devotion. It requires self-love, accountability, and clear boundaries. Without these, love becomes a debt and resentment becomes inevitable. And because love and hate are both high arousal states, the transition between them can be rapid and shocking. Spiritually, this teaches us that intensity alone is not depth. Passion without grounding becomes volatility. Love without emotional regulation becomes chaos. And this is why spiritual traditions emphasize balance, not suppression, but mastery. Many spiritual traditions describe life as a narrow path between extremes: fire and water, desire and restraint, attachment and detachment. Walking this path means holding love without possession, vulnerability without self-betrayal, and passion without domination. When we fall into extremes, obsession, idealization, emotional dependency, we step off the path. Moments of hatred or bitterness are signs we have lost balance, not lost love. Spiritually, hate is not something to shame or suppress. It is something to listen to. It asks, where were my boundaries crossed? What grief have I not acknowledged? What part of myself did I abandon, and what illusion am I clinging to? When met with humility instead of defensiveness, this hate can transform into wisdom. The spiritual work is not to choose love or hate, but to integrate both. True healing comes through self-compassion instead of self-judgment, accountability instead of blame, honest boundaries instead of silent resentment, and humility instead of ego defense. Love deepens when we face our pain without turning it into a weapon. The thin line between love and hate is not a warning, it is a teacher. It reminds us that love is powerful, sacred, and dangerous when unconscious. It calls us inward, not outward, and it asks us to choose awareness over reaction, balance over extremes, and truth over illusion. Because the deepest love is not the one that never hurts, but the one that transforms pain into wisdom. So yeah, that's it for today's video. As always, I hope you found it entertaining, enlightening, or in some way beneficial. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with a friend or two. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.